Alright guys, welcome to the first of hopefully plenty of Project M match analyses. I'm Brennan, aka FlashingFire, and I'm going to be analyzing this match that I had against Jay-Z. Pretty good set. I'm going to be analyzing actually the second set, because he reset the bracket in the first one. Definitely check that out. They're both great sets, but I decided that I would analyze the sets where we're both using our mains, because that's the set I know the most about. And so, by the way, apologies if like the light's a little distracting out here. I'm right next to the window. It's actually a really like beautiful day here in Norman, Oklahoma. Um, but yeah, hopefully you're watching the video more than you're watching my face. And so here we go. So we get to the stage banning process, and my thoughts were just like, I don't want anything silly. I don't want Smashville, because Ivysaur is pretty good on Smashville, because she can use the balloon to heal. Okay, so that part was kind of troublesome because he got me on sort of a corner of the stage, and so at this point I just kind of wanted to get better stage positioning, and that's why I went for a kind of unsafe dash attack. But it worked, and then I start some pressure, sort of missing no cancel. He gets back, and at this point we're just sort of jockeying for stage positioning. He's hitting me with more residual damage, just back airs. It's a really good move. Edge guard misses. He expected me to jump there, which I have on many occasions in the past. Ooh, okay. That I fast followed and meant to hit the edge and no cancel, but didn't. So that was pretty dicey there. But I got back. Okay, I get a trank here, miss a tech chase, and then get forward aired for my troubles. So, like, basically what's gone on so far is that I haven't really been able to control the pace of the match. He's been outranging me with vines, particularly back air and forward air. Those are really good tools that Snake doesn't really have the ability to outrange on short notice. Like, I can't react to forward air or back air with something that'll outdo it or anything. I don't really have any stage control. I've been trying to pull out some mines and get some projectiles out there, but really at this point, it's Jay-Z's match, and the percents are showing it. More back airs. I see, see, I saw this other snake guy do a really cool recovery where he tranked the person and then came back, and I got the trank, but my fingers just slipped in the up B, and so I just died. Alright, so I get an up throw, and here I start to convert with some juggles. Hey, Joe. And, okay, yeah, the C4 drop, uh, it's really nice because it's hard to see the C4, and it's got a lot of kill power. So they have to react to it somehow if I aim it properly, excuse me. So I've got a mine on the right side, and I know that. And now I'm just trying to get this kill off on Jay-Z. Oh, okay, I guess I don't have a mine there. Yeah, I'm just like pulling grenades because eventually, you know, it's gonna do something like that if he's too greedy with his hitboxes. And like Snake's grenade is this really nice defensive tool. You just pull it, and then like if you're in the air, it's not the best situation, but at least you can like trade with someone and reset the situation. If you're on the ground, you can shield or roll away, and like there's basically a reactive hitbox. Like if they hit you, they get hit. Like whenever I play Dad and his Squirtle, he's always like shouting weird stuff because he just doesn't know how to react to hitting my shield and blowing up all the time. Um, so we'll see if he ever adapts to that. But anyway, grenades, good defensive tool, and so that's what eventually netted me the kill on Jay-Z there. But I'm 90% here. But this next part is pretty cool. So I'm just kind of playing defensive, trying to get residual damage by dropping explosives. I try to go in for a dare punish, miss it, but here I get a dare punish, and you may have seen this clip before. And that's a kill. So let me sort of explain what happened there. So I get this kill. Okay, so I go for a dare here, miss it. So I get the first dare, And it's worth noting that Dare is a 3-frame move on startup. Like the first hitbox comes out on three frames. And I think Snake's Jump Squad is 5 frames. So perfectly timed Dare out of shield is an 8-frame out of shield option. Up B is 5, but Dare in this case gets me more reward, especially when I'm up against floating characters, and up throw will maybe not yield the best results, or up B. So I get this first Dare, and the important thing is that I get the 4th hit of Dare, because that's what gets you all the reward. So that was a grab out of down air, and what was I going to say? I was going to say something, but anyway, let's continue. Okay. So you'll notice that Jay-Z actually jumps. Dare, grab. There, he jumps. So that was his first opportunity to get out of that. I'm not sure what else he would have done besides maybe nared. But I covered the jump option with my Dare, and it pays off. Because he misses the tech right there. And that was his second option to get out of that. But from here, everything's guaranteed. The jab reset, to the trank, to the sticky, back throw, mine, detonation, that was all guaranteed. And that is Snake's punish game in a nutshell. And that's what happens when you miss a tech off of down air. But at this point, I'm in pretty bad position. He's just back airing me. Like, I don't have very many options. So I drop low and get a C4 recovery. I have decent enough DI to live that. Okay, so I get another up air, or up throw to down air, and like again, down air, jab reset, trank, sticky. So I get in with a Dacus, and Dacus is an important approach tool as Snake, because it has so much more horizontal reach than any of his other options, and it sets him up for follow-ups, because you can actually follow up pretty well off of up smash in many scenarios. So at this point, like, the momentum of the match has just totally changed. Like, I got a 0 to death on Jay-Z, and the momentum is really in my favor, as opposed to earlier in the match where he was just zoning me out with all those vines and doing some pretty good stuff there. But now he's like up in the air. He uses the up air to get down quicker, which is smart. I actually, like, okay, yeah, he forgot the mine was there, which is something that you always have to keep track of against Snake. It's something about you just have to learn the matchup and realize, okay, all this stuff is coming out. How do I maneuver my character around all this stuff, and how do I prevent him from having enough space to do that in the first place? And again, at the beginning of the match, Jay-Z was doing great. He had me zoned out, but then I got that 0 to death, and the momentum just totally shifted. And right now, I am up 2 stocks against Jay-Z in this first match. Also, I placed a fully charged down smash mine, so with his invincibility, he has to choose whether he wants to come after me or detonate that mine and waste a second or two with invincibility. So that's why I do that. And he chooses to go after me, which in the last stock ended up costing me his life. So we'll see how that plays out here. Again, the grenade defense, very useful. And so Jay-Z's spacing, he has control of center stage. This is pretty good for him. I think he's aware of the mine. Oh, but I'm not. And you know, I was at a lot of percent there. That wasn't a huge deal. And he heals during the star KO animation, which is good because Ivysaur was really annoying like that because he can heal. Misses a grab, but Ivysaur's grab is not very punishable. I'm literally lucky there was a platform there because usually that is down throw to up B. It's a pretty good combo. That would have probably set up an edge guard. And so here he's following me around with his really good disjointed hitboxes. I managed an up tilt. Pretty quick move. Outspaces the grenade there that time. Pretty good stuff on his part. And so yeah, the Razor Leaf opening stuff up for forward air with that really long range. And okay, I get a ledge hop nair, but don't convert. I meant to L cancel into probably grab. And there he timed a pretty darn good down smash. So he's, you know, only at 65% deficit. And he prevents me from getting a decent follow-up off the trank because of that Razor Leaf that he puts out there. Razor Leaf is still good. It's not spammable or like godlike like it was in 2.6, but Razor Leaf is still good. Yeah, neutral air re-grab is really annoying, but I was at 200%. I was able to jump out in time. So, tell me where the mine is. If you remember where the mine is, Jay-Z does. Okay, so right there, if you weren't paying attention close enough, you might wonder why we suddenly both exploded. I wave bounce to grenade. Because I'll do that to change up my air momentum when landing, and just to kind of throw the opponent off guard. So he hit me, and if I hadn't done that, I would have just gotten hit. But we both got blown up, and so that reset the situation, and so I'm able to do some other stuff with explosives and set up a down smash here. So he blows up with the Razor Leaf. That's smart. Bad Trank. Back air out of shield, pretty good, pretty safe. I miss a shield grab. Up B trades with the hit that he put out there. And so now he's in the air, and he forgets where the mine is. And I think that's the second time that the mine killed him in that match. Because the first time I got him with the mine, I threw him into it, and there wasn't really anything he could have done about it. But the second time he rolled into it after a down throw, and that time he just ran into it. It's possible that he expected the Razor Leaf he threw to detonate it, but it didn't work out. So yeah, that was game one, and JZ did a really good job of spacing for the most part. He knows that back air and forward air are really hard for Snake to deal with. But Snake's punch game on anyone is pretty phenomenal, and so between that and the mines and all the stuff that he had to deal with, I was able to take game one. Pretty close game. Last stock 80% on my part. Pretty good for how far down he was at midway through the match. Alright. So here I'm banning stages. I'll probably ban Smashville first. Just because that's a pretty good Ivysaur stage with the balloon healing. Yep. And it also has a pretty low ceiling. Ivysaur kills pretty well off the top. And then I banned Yoshi's Island, also because of the fly guys, and I just don't like the ledges there. Because he can put out vines and stop my sweet spot ledge, or ledge sweet spot with the up B. And then I banned Pokemon Stadium 2, and this is more just a personal preference, because it's also got a low ceiling, and Snake doesn't really mind low ceilings because he can call the top, but Ivysaur, I've played him enough that he does pretty well with the platform placement. I think I have a highlight of if it's 0 to death on Pokemon Stadium 1, just by using that slightly higher platform, and he gets like a Nair to regrab to down throw up B solar beam, something crazy like that, and I die at the top. But Ivysaur is pretty good on that stage. Snake isn't bad, but that's just kind of personal preference. And he chooses Dreamland, which is pretty much good for both players. I guess he wants to live longer because I killed him at like 87% the first match. And okay, so I'm putting out a lot of explosives and just hitboxes that are hard for him to deal with. Dropping C4, pulling grenade defensively, and he's sort of lacking stage control right now. But he gets some back with the Razor Leaf. He attempts a down throw, but I DI properly for once. Okay, even I'd sort of lost track of that mine. So as a Snake main, like, keeping track of everything when you're playing Snake is so important. Like, you'll see over and over, just like little things contribute to building up his percent, and they contribute ultimately to the kills. And also, I hope you saw that up smash follow up. It was a back air that I got. Let's see here. Up he had a shield, really good option. I attempted Dacus there, but he beats it out with a move, I forget. Yep, there's the mine. Yeah, so that was a pretty charged up smash, and I get a back air out of it. It's decent. So there's like all these explosives that he's having to watch out for on landing, and Ivysaur's not that bad at landing because okay, so he power shields. So he power shields the Trank, and I was just mashing, and by some stroke of good fortune, I managed to mash out and Trank him immediately. And then I'd stick him in, like, I'm pretty sure this is a kill right here. Yeah. So again, I plan a down smash, and he opts not to blow it up. But Ivysaur, like, he used forward air to blow up that mine. Really good stuff. So funny thing there is that you can just use the up B ciphers over and over to annoy people on the platforms and like make them not feel comfortable. So that's what I was doing right there. But he gets down and he pressures me on the edge here. So I kind of delay the back air, expecting him to do something like spot dodge. So I'm doing pretty comfortably here. I've got a lot of room to work, throw out explosives, even though he's got a lot of room to live. Uh, like it seems like the stage pick isn't really working for him, but I lose track of my mind again. Um, Converts off of the little razor leaf hit to a forward air to up B. That was an excellent hit confirm there. And he was a little bit percent in the meantime. Here gets a nice low percent combo. I crouch cancel a down tilt and luckily wind up behind him so the second hit doesn't obliterate me or anything. Tries to follow up a down throw. Gets a little overzealous here. I'm just dropping explosives because I'm up high. I'm doing stuff like, yeah, there's another B reverse of the grenade there. And there I just kind of check out a random forward smash because I don't use it that often. So it's kind of a surprise tool. And here I've been working on that. The jump out, drop a C4 low, and then detonate it. Because otherwise it's really, really hard for Snake to go out and actually edgeguard Ivysaur. Because she just floats long enough and has ways of altering her air momentum. And the tether is really safe. So getting him before he actually managed to tether, that felt good inside. But anyway, so that's an edge guard that I've been working on Snake, because otherwise JT's really good at recovering pretty consistently. Like he just whips out the forward air and beats my forward air, but he runs into a mine again. So again, these mines are really doing a lot of work on me and JZ. Again, with the up B pester, that got me like 21%, you know, for free. Again, I run into a down smash mine and I have to DI to avoid getting killed by a C-bomb off the top. I use the, okay, there I managed to get the second hit of Nair and confirm it into a grab. That's a pretty nice combo. And you have to crouch cancel that to avoid it, I think, which JZ does pretty often, but I don't think he was quite expecting the Nair to reach there. So I get him off stage, but then he hits me, and I'm forced to play a little more defensively again. Razor Leaf beats. Okay, he reads my jump again that time. I fall for it. You know, he's pretty good at reading that. So he basically evens it up with that up B, Vine Whip. The second Vine Whip kill he's got in this match. He has a little bit of percent. I do get a stick with invincibility. I expect him to roll a decent amount of the time. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But that time worked out for me. So yeah, another, like right there, like I jumped in, didn't like what was happening, so I B reverse a grenade to get out of there, and hopefully maybe bait out like a reaction or an aerial from him. Because that was kind of a bad spot to be going in as Snake, because I could have like maybe dared or nared, but Ivysaur's out of shield options would probably beat that. Unless I spaced it really well, which I didn't. So he gets a hit off anyway, and I drop down, and luckily he doesn't react quite too well to the dare, and I get a grab off it. I don't convert that well. I do that to avoid the solar beam, and I get kind of lucky there because he hits the grenade, and the up air is actually enough to kill him. So that was a pretty early death for Dreamland. Again, I'm back up on the top platform. Not a great place to be, but oh, okay. That was pretty good. I definitely did not expect that there. Again, another B reverse to alter my landing trajectory. Dare out of shield. I probably could have capitalized better than the up tilt there. Maybe with like a sticky or another dare. So he misses the up B, but that's kind of hard to punish. And another, again, dare yielding a lot of reward. I almost read the roll and stuck him there. But let's see. JZ has center stage again, and yep, he knocks me into the mine. That was pretty good. And then he doesn't quite convert out of that Razor Leaf there, but he dodges the Trank, which he's gotten better at doing. And like these forward air combos, like it's a DI trap because if you do survival DI, he just hits you again. But if you do combo DI, then you're in a bad position. So there he blows up the mine early this time. Oh, but I get him with a Trank, and then I miss the dash input, and consequently he has time to mash up before I throw the C4. But he misspaces. He misspaces something, and I evidently blow him up with the C4 anyway. So that match was mostly, I don't know, the stage made it so that you sort of had to capitalize as best you could off of what hits you did get, because each character has so much room to run around and just like control space. Because both characters, Snake and Ivysaur, are pretty good at doing that. But in general, I was able to capitalize just a little bit better. Jay-Z had some really nice stuff as far as like the raise relief to forward air to up B, and let's see what other kills did he get. He got another up B kill when he read my jumps. That was good. And I think yeah, those were the only 2 kills he got. He got me up to pretty high percent damage, but I'm trying to summarize that match in like just a quick sentence or two. And I'm not really getting much. It was pretty much about the punish game. I guess I'll say that. And Snake's punch game is pretty good. That's a lot of the reason I play the character. I didn't get anything like super great, but neither of us really went ham in that match. It was just sort of it was actually pretty long. Like if you look at the score there or the time, only 3.5 minutes were left. So that was like a 4.5 minute match. Yeah, I'm just rambling. Yeah. The reason I didn't play Snake earlier, and I'm just gonna ban the same stuff here, is that I was doing pretty well with Marth in winners, 3-0 to Jay-Z, and then Jay-Z came back, obviously reset the bracket, beat my Marth and my Link in a match, which, like, as much as I think that I should be able to do well against Ivysaur with Link, I have never really done well in tournament with my Link against Ivysaur, because like Link's out of like when Link's getting pressured, he doesn't do well, and Ivysaur has the range to beat a lot of Link's options, which leaves me with like boomerang camping. Anyway, so he decides to go to Yoshi's story this time, evidently not liking where Dreamland, how Dreamland turned out, and rightfully so. But the thing about this map is that so both characters will KO really, really early here, especially if he lands Vine Whips. But the way this stage works, like Randall can ruin Ivysaur's recovery because even if Ivysaur is in range, he will like try to grab the ledge on Randall, which doesn't exist, and so he'll just like throw out the Vine Whip. Randall will grin trollishly, and Ivysaur will just fall. And I think that happens at least once in this match here. So I throw out a grenade and like start with some explosives here. So I get a nice little 62% off just converting off of some hits into up B combo. But here he gets it down there to regrab, and then I just like die because Vine Whip KOs super early, and I was DIing away. And then like I don't think that was Randall necessarily. I think he just dropped and missed the ledge hop there. Either way, it works out in my favor, but I think that was just an error on his part. So can't do that, Jay-Z. It's too free. I don't really do that well. He outspaces me with the fair, but doesn't convert, and I almost get another down air. That time he nairs out of it, so that was good on his part. Push him into a mine, so he's at 75%. He's probably going to die pretty soon here. Trank, he was in the air, so it doesn't really convert. Gets the forward air. I land so I can shield in time. Ledge hop grenade. Okay, I know that he wants to attack me or grab me or something off the ledge, and fair is like really hard for Snake to challenge off the ledge. So instead of going for an attack, which would have got me just like hit with vines and possibly up beads there, I do a grenade ledge hop and then just shield. And he ends up hitting a grenade, and I get this nice little conversion here. So I'm dropping stuff, and he loses track of the mine because I was actually placing a lot of down smash mines and resetting it. So that's that. And I'm in trouble here, so I sort of have to wait. And he does a really nice downer there after the bear. I actually stuck him as he shielded, and then turned around and grabbed him. That's one of my favorite things to do. And I don't think he's quite at kill percent from the down B there, so I hold off on it. There, get a trank, and then up throw to C4 detonation will take it out there. So Yoshi's working for and against Jay-Z here. I lay down smash mine, and I end up wave dashing and picking up my own grenade, falling off the ledge due to the explosion, and falling into my own mine. So that wasn't really the best of things. So I get a little up B to back air, and he messes up there, and I think. So I think what happened. see if I can get to the right spot here. Um, so I blow up in my own mine. Uh, so let's see. So he misses the ledge with his up E. Normally he probably would have grabbed that, and he just sort of accidentally fast fell and missed. But I think is that might be Randall right there, and so that might be what messed up his recovery. Actually, can you guys see where I'm pointing with my mouse? I'm not sure if I have it set to show where my mouse is, but if you can see kind of like where the ledge is right below the G there, there's a little bit of white that could be just the background, but it could be Randall. I'm sort of speculating, but I'm thinking that's possibly what happened is that he would have recovered, but Randall trolled him and he missed the ledge, and that was sort of an anticlimax to the match there. But that's the end of it. That's the end of the set. So I believe that was a pretty close first game, followed by what was just barely a two stock, followed by sort of some SDs in the last match. I think Jay-Z told me afterward that he hadn't played my Snake in long enough because I'd been practicing my Marth against Ivysaur, that it messed him up having to adapt to the new style. Um, so maybe I should play Snake more often in that Ivysaur matchup. Um, it's not really pleasant, but Snake's Punch game on any character is pretty great, and I definitely have the tools to get around what Ivysaur can do. So let's see, closing thoughts on the match. Edge guarding. It was like I think I did a relatively good job of getting back to the stage because the goal against Ivysaur is to recover high, and Ivysaur can combat that by Vine Whips or just like getting out there and fairing or back airing early enough. But high is probably the best way to go against Ivysaur if your character is capable of doing that. Um, Occasionally I went low when I was forced to, and generally when that happened, Jay-Z was pretty good at capitalizing on it. Um, like there was the one down air there in the last match that you saw him do. That was pretty clutch. By the way, down air sweet spotted like charges a lot of solar beam and heals him quite a bit. So just something to note. Um, in general, the match was going Jay-Z's way when I was forced onto the the outer thirds of the stage, and he was able to just zone me out with vines. Because Snake doesn't really have anything to challenge that sort of middle distance that Ivysaur can cover so well. The match was in my favor um, when I was just getting stray hits off of explosives. Whenever I had room to move around and just drop stuff, because Jay-Z sort of had to fight through everything. Um, and whenever I got solid punishes using primarily down airs and grabs, in addition to like down smash and grenades and stuff, those were probably my big money makers as far as getting large combos off. For him, I think the money makers were primarily nairs into regrabs at low percent. That's pretty good. Like he can nair out of shield, and then like there's enough hit stun, and then I land on the ground, and so there's like a little bit of landing lag, and then he grabs me, and that leads into other like down throw combos. He can do some like vine whip or forward air or neutral air, just different kind of things to follow up depending on DI and where he wants to put me on the stage. And Snake is terrible as far as like trying to get out of Ivysaur combos. It's you just kind of have to know what's coming or expect what's coming, and then either choose like a jump or no jump if he's trying to read you with a vine whip, or like an up B maybe if he misspaces an aerial. But if Jay-Z spaces those areas properly, up B won't really save you. Um, or if any Ivysaur for that matter spaces the arrows properly. Um, Anything else? Notice that I didn't really go off stage to challenge Ivysaur. I mostly just like place stuff on stage and place explosives. Right now, that's the way I deal with Ivysaur off stage. Is just I sort of let her recover, but make it like super difficult to establish any more stage control. Um, and I got a lot of KOs off the top because Ivysaur is fairly light, even though she has a really great recovery. She's pretty light. So if you can kill her early, that's great. He killed me. He generally had to work harder to kill Snake, to kill me, because Snake is pretty heavy. Except for that one like Vine Whip obliteration thing on Yoshi's story that just nailed me at something like 63%. Because I'm pretty sure I had bad DI on that too, and that'll get you on Yoshi's, like just dead instantly. Um, I think he got a fair amount of Vine Whip KOs in general. He's pretty good with that, uh, and it's hard to punish, because he can just kind of float away as you try to float down. At least with Snake, it's kind of hard to punish. And so that's the set. That was Grand Finals. I think, Jay-Z, if you're watching this, you can maybe self-destruct a little less. And in general, I guess for improvements, I don't really play Ivysaur, so I'm not exactly sure. I guess there were a few moments where I got hit by a Razor Leaf and you didn't capitalize it very well. There were some moments that you capitalized really well, but I think occasionally just working on Razor Leaf follow-ups could be something, and deciding when to use Fair as opposed to Vine Whip, I guess. I hope that helps. Something. Anyway, I guess tips for playing against Snake in general: respect his shield because there's probably a grenade or an up B coming if you misspace something. Keep track of all his stuff, which can be very hard. I will tell you that right now, but that's part of the matchup. And tech downers, because if you don't, you are eating jab to trank to sticky to grab. And from the grab, I can toss you into a mine, I can do up throw up air detonation, I can do all kinds of things. So do tech downers. Yeah, downers is meteor, by the way, just in case you're wondering. So yeah, that's the end of the match, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want me to, if you have a match that you'd like me to analyze, commentate, whatever, send me a link to the match and comment in the place that I'm hopefully pointing to. Yeah, leave a comment, leave a link to the match, and hopefully I'll be doing this more frequently. This is FlashingFire signing out from Oklahoma.